You're like the only person who ever really got me.
I don't hate you.
A unique, special person and artist, Diane was, and is.
The world of cinema stands still today as we grapple with the loss of one of its most beloved treasures. Diane Keaton, the Oscar-winning actress, whose infectious laugh and distinctive style captivated audiences for over half a century, has left us at the age of 79. But what exactly happened to this Hollywood icon whose vibrant presence seemed eternal? For days, the question lingered, shrouding her passing in mystery until now. In a statement shared exclusively with People magazine, Keaton's family has finally revealed the truth: pneumonia. This seemingly common illness claimed the life of a woman who embodied uncommon brilliance on screen. The family expressed profound gratitude for the extraordinary messages of love and support that have flooded in since her passing on October 11th, a testament to how deeply Keaton touched the hearts of millions. When Jack Nicholson learned of the cause of Keaton's death, the news struck him with unexpected force. The veteran actor, who had seen much in his nearly 9 decades of life, found himself overwhelmed by the revelation. According to sources close to Nicholson, he was devastated to learn that pneumonia, a treatable condition under different circumstances, had claimed the life of someone so vibrant and full of creative energy. The actor reportedly spent hours in stunned silence after hearing the news. Friends of Nicholson shared that he kept repeating how senseless it seemed, that someone who brought so much life to every room could be taken by such a common illness. The actor, known for his stoic demeanor, broke down when speaking about it to close friends. Nicholson later reflected on how fragile life is, even for those who seem larger than life. He spoke of how quickly everything can change, and how Keaton's passing was a stark reminder of mortality that had profoundly affected him. The actor, who had weathered many personal losses throughout his long career, admitted that this one had hit differently. What seemed to affect Nicholson most deeply was learning how sudden Keaton's decline had been. The thought that someone so important to him had been suffering while he was unaware left him with a sense of regret and heartache that those close to him described as palpable. In quiet moments, Nicholson reportedly confided that he wished he had known, that he might have had a chance to say goodbye properly. This absence of closure seemed to compound his grief, leaving him searching through memories of their last interactions for something that might have hinted at her condition. Those who spent time with Nicholson in the days following the announcement described a man grappling not just with loss, but with the unpredictability of life itself, a theme that had run through many of his greatest film roles, but which now touched him in an intensely personal way. The revelation comes as a shock to many who had no idea Keaton was ill. According to those close to her, the decline was rapid and unexpected. One friend, identified only as Carol, reflected on her final visit with the actress just weeks before her death. Carol told People magazine that she had seen Keaton just 2 or 3 weeks prior and was stunned by how thin she had become. The significant weight loss left Carol with a sense of foreboding she couldn't quite place at the time. A source close to the family reveals that Keaton's health deteriorated with alarming speed. The illness that would ultimately claim her life came on suddenly, with only her closest family members aware of the severity of her condition. It was as if the curtain fell without warning on a final, unannounced act of her remarkable life story. As news of Keaton's passing echoed through Hollywood, tributes began pouring in from those who had shared the screen with her, learned from her, and loved her. Among the first to honor her memory was filmmaker Nancy Meyers, Keaton's longtime friend and frequent collaborator. Meyers described Keaton as fearless and born to be a movie star. She expressed how, as a filmmaker, she had lost a connection with an actress that most directors could only dream of having. These words capture the rare creative partnership they shared through films like Something's Gotta Give and The Holiday, works that showcased Keaton's enduring charm even as she entered her 70s. Keanu Reeves, who worked alongside Keaton in Something's Gotta Give, praised her as a uniquely extraordinary artist and person. He expressed how deeply he cherished their one opportunity to work together. One senses that single collaboration left an indelible mark on the actor, known for his own quiet depth. But perhaps no tribute resonates more profoundly than that of Al Pacino, her co-star from the Godfather trilogy, and once her romantic partner off-screen. With characteristic brevity and emotional weight, Pacino shared a black-and-white photograph of the two from their Godfather days with a simple goodbye message. Just two words carrying 50 years of history, love and mutual respect. To understand the shock of Keaton's passing, we must understand the illness that claimed her. Dr. Natalie Azar, a medical expert consulted after the announcement, explained the dangers of pneumonia, particularly for certain demographics. Dr. Azar described pneumonia as an infection of the lung, caused by various pathogens including bacteria, viruses, and fungi. While bacterial pneumonia, the most common type, is generally treatable, it can turn deadly under certain circumstances. She noted the sobering statistics: approximately 41,000 deaths annually in the United States and over 1 million emergency room visits due to pneumonia, underscoring the seriousness of this often underestimated condition. For someone of Keaton's age, the risks were significantly higher. Those over 65, along with infants, people with weakened immune systems, and individuals with underlying chronic illnesses, face the greatest danger from pneumonia. Without knowing the specific details of Keaton's case, medical experts can only point to these general risk factors. Dr. Azar cautioned that someone could be walking around with pneumonia that suddenly turns serious. This is sometimes called walking pneumonia, a non-medical term for pneumonia that doesn't initially confine a person to bed. The symptoms that signal danger include bluish lips or fingertips, shortness of breath, chest pain when breathing deeply, confusion, high fever, and a severe productive cough. To fully appreciate what we've lost, we must remember what Diane Keaton gave to the world of cinema and culture. Born Diane Hall on January 5, 1946, in Los Angeles, California, she adopted her mother's maiden name when she began acting professionally. Her mother, Dorothy Diane Keaton, was a homemaker and amateur photographer whose victory as Mrs. Los Angeles inspired young Diane's passion for performance. After studying at the neighborhood playhouse in New York under Sanford Meisner's techniques, Keaton's breakthrough came in 1968 when she landed her first major stage role as an understudy in the Broadway musical Hair. Notably, she earned attention for refusing to disrobe during the optional nude scene, an early sign of the principled independence that would define her career. Her cinematic journey began in earnest when Francis Ford Coppola cast her as Kay Adams opposite Al Pacino in The Godfather 1972. Coppola had noticed her in Lovers and Other Strangers and wanted Kay to be the eccentric foil to Michael Corleone, a role Keaton embraced with subtle brilliance. The film's monumental success launched her into Hollywood's upper echelon. But it was her collaboration with Woody Allen that cemented her place in cinematic history. After appearing in his Broadway play Play It Again, Sam, earning a Tony nomination, she starred in his films Sleeper 1973 and Love and Death 1975. Then came the defining role of her career, the title character in Allen's 1977 masterpiece, Annie Hall. Her quirky, tomboyish performance, complete with the oversized men's vests, ties, and hats that would become her trademark, won her the Academy Award for Best Actress. She also claimed a BAFTA and a Golden Globe, but perhaps more significantly, she became a cultural icon and style leader whose unconventional fashion set nationwide trends. The decades that followed saw Keaton moving effortlessly between comedy and drama. She starred opposite Warren Beatty in Reds, 1981, earning another Academy Award nomination. Her performance in Marvin's Room 1996 garnered yet another Oscar nod, and her collaboration with director Nancy Meyers produced beloved comedies like Baby Boom 1987, Father of the Bride 1991, and the Oscar-nominated Something's Gotta Give 2003. Beyond acting, Keaton expanded into directing with Unstrung Heroes 1995 and Hanging Up 2000. She published books of photography, focusing on subjects like doors and storefronts that she found haunting, and she built a lucrative sideline in real estate, buying, restoring, and selling architecturally significant homes across California. Her personal life remained distinctly her own. Though romantically linked with co-stars Al Pacino and Warren Beatty, Keaton never married. Instead, she forged her own path to motherhood, adopting 2 children as a single woman, daughter Dexter in 1996, and son Duke in 2000. She once reflected that motherhood had completely changed her, crediting parenthood with giving her life new meaning and humility. These children, now adults, survive their remarkable mother along with the incalculable cultural legacy she leaves behind. Perhaps most poignant in the wake of her passing are Keaton's own reflections on mortality and legacy, words that now seem hauntingly prescient. She once observed that the end of career and life only comes with death. She found life too exciting and too profoundly amazing to think that it could ever be over before its time. For her, it wasn't over until it was truly over. When asked about her legacy, she dismissed the notion entirely, suggesting that legacy was something in the past, done and finished, and she preferred moving forward. Instead, she focused on the present moment, on curiosity, on seeing. Keaton once spoke lovingly of her curiosity and her love of seeing the world. She described how everything in her life that had a priceless effect came down to looking, truly looking at the world around her. She marveled at how one's perspective on seeing changes throughout life, making the experience continuously amazing. For her, this ability to see and perceive was the greatest gift of all. As tributes continue to pour in, Jack Nicholson's reflections carry special weight. The legendary actor who at 88 has largely retreated from public life, broke his silence to honor his Something's Gotta Give co-star. Nicholson confessed that the film changed his life. He reflected on how both he and Keaton had reached a point where love seemed like something already lived through, but that Keaton had renewed his belief in it. He praised her distinctive acting style for its honesty, fearlessness, and authenticity, noting how deeply she cared about truth in every scene. He observed that she could transform simple moments into profound ones, a gift she carried off-screen as well. Despite occasional stretches without contact, their friendship endured for decades. Nicholson described how they would talk, laugh, sometimes not communicate for extended periods, then pick up exactly where they left off, the hallmark of true friendship. In his eyes, she never changed. Visibly emotional, Nicholson expressed that Keaton had given the world tremendous joy, doing so with grace, curiosity, and courage. He believed there would never be another person like her, not in 1,000 years. After a long pause, he simply acknowledged the love he and everyone else felt for her, a love that would endure always. In her final months, Keaton remained active and engaged with life. In December 2024, she released a novelty holiday song called First Christmas. Her first single, she remained active on social media, with her last Instagram post in April 2025 celebrating her beloved pet dog. Her final screen appearances came in the Netflix comedy Queen Pins, and a cameo voice role in the animated series Star Wars: The Bad Batch, both in 2023. Her family has asked that donations in her memory be made to local food banks or animal shelter causes, reflecting the compassion that defined her both on and off screen. As we say goodbye to Diane Keaton, we remember not just an actress of incomparable talent and style, but a woman who lived life entirely on her own terms. In a town built on artifice, she remained stubbornly, gloriously herself, curious, candid, and completely original. The light she brought to cinema can never be extinguished, and somewhere, Jack Nicholson holds a photograph, whispers goodbye, and knows that some stars shine forever.